We're here today at JEL Site Development. We're going to be interviewing Jim Lucas, the owner, for our entrepreneurship video.
Background is basically in construction. I've worked construction most of my life, stayed with it, became a superintendent, did several projects. Last one was auto auction in Taft, which is a fairly large project. And from there, I went into site development. I've been in it ever since. I originally started my construction business because dealing with the subs, I was able to find out the kind of numbers, and giving them checks, I was able to find out the kind of numbers they made in the business. It was very lucrative, and I decided, hey, I enjoy that kind of work, so I left the auto auction. I went into site development, and I've been with it ever since. And t-shirt business, just kind of a pet peeve kind of thing, I just like the sound of it. Just enjoy life, that's my first three initials of my name, and I just like the sound of it. Hopefully we'll make something of it. We're kind of in the learning period right now. I've been doing it for about 9 months now, and it's fun, but it's a lot to learn, but it's coming. Just recently, probably 5 years ago when the economy dropped, it's been quite a struggle. The numbers are not up there like they used to be, so it's tougher to run a business. You really gotta watch it much closer. You gotta watch your pennies and your nickels nowadays. So it's a lot tougher. The economy has really made it tough on most construction companies. I actually had I'd gotten a loan, a lot of help from my family, my wife's family. It didn't start with much, but I basically got out there and just did the work as best as I could and tried to make the money. I really didn't have enough of good working capital, but sometimes you just got to go out there and go for it, and that's pretty much what I did. We spent many a week without paychecks, believe me, but if you stay with something long enough, you can overcome it. That's tough. It's very tough. The good thing about family is that you trust everybody. You don't have that trust factor. There's so many. It's so hard to have a partner that's not family. We've had our ups and downs. My first business didn't do well, and I had to let it go. And like I said before, you learn and you learn and you learn, and finally you figure out the ways to make money and the people that are crooked enough to take your money. So you got to get through that bracket. You've got the good guys over here and the bad guys over here. You start out with the bad guys, and you end up with the good guys. No, usually in most cases you don't get paid. Earlier in my career, I had to drop a company, had to go bankrupt because I had 3 companies that would not pay me, and they didn't have the money. Got one with the attorneys and so on and so forth, but it just didn't happen. So I ended up just dropping the company, starting over, and figued out. When I started with a new company, I made sure they had the money to pay it. Mm-hmm. So that's what it's all about. We've done a lot of schools, a lot of federal work. That's even hard to get money out of, believe it or not.
Really?
We're not doing any schools any longer because it's so hard to get the money out of them. Yeah, I would say just stick with the internet. Try to make your money on the computer is what I try to do nowadays, and it's hard. Construction's kind of gotten left behind, I think. So. The numbers just aren't up there. We don't have the room we used to have. If you made a mistake on a job site or an employee made a mistake, you could make up for it. Nowadays, one mistake, you lose. So it's a tough industry.
I was surprised that failure to receive payment is fairly common in construction, even in the public sector.
After hearing Jim's story, I was inspired by his persistence to succeed. You have to live to learn.
As Jim mentioned, you just have to go for it as an entrepreneur, and I'm inspired to do just that.
Jim showed us that it does take multiple tries to be successful, but if you stick at it and are dedicated and have the passion to do it, anything can be done.
I learned that if you see an opportunity and like the idea, to just go for it and work hard.